What's happening, everyone? Pragmatic Addict here. Alright, the Super Mario Galaxy movie releasing on April 1st. Wish that was the day that some reveals got released. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, consider yourselves lucky. You would get nothing out of me. Regardless, a movie that could really do just so much, and all the teases, reveals we've gotten so far, was still very curious and excited to see what all we get with this movie. And I have just seen Mario Galaxy movie as I went to the midnight premiere. Yes, midnight releases are back. Great day to be an adult. Looking forward to this film. Kids movie, no kids in the theater. I was having a blast. So I enjoyed how this film started. It starts the way the Mario Galaxy game starts, with the storybook sequence and Rosalina, but they change it up just a bit, as this is a sequel to that first movie, having the story she's reading actually be a little bit of a recap of that first film. But an issue I had with the movie is how a lot of this sequel's new additions come in. At first I thought, like, okay, it's fine, like, we don't have a lot of explanation, we'll get there. But the first act or so of the movie, it's just, well, it's pretty rough. The pacing doesn't have that build up, that actual flow that the first film did. But something I was obviously excited for as a fan were all the Easter eggs we were gonna see. And I will say this, the first Easter egg, like the very first one I saw, it was subtle, not at all to be made like a big deal. I highly doubt some of you will even know what I'm talking about. But I'm still not going to spoil what that is for, other fans to see this movie. But the specific reference it was made me really excited for what we might get still in the movie or later installments. And going back to this film being a sequel, in fact, to that first movie, when we first see the Mario Brothers in this film, it's established that they're officially the protectors, heroes of the Mushroom Kingdom, as we've always seen them in the video games, also following that first film. And when we first see them, it makes it feel like when we first see them, what they're doing is just another job, another day, and I was happy to have this feel for them in this franchise. It was nice to not have to do all the setup to get there like we got in the first film. And when we first see Yoshi, I was happy what they did for his background, actually addressing and following his tease from that first film, because I wasn't sure if they were even going to address that in this movie with how he was shown being introduced in the film's trailer, though how he becomes part of this group, like an iconic part of the group, like as we see in the games as Mario fans, how fast he gets to that. Yeah, going back to how the pacing and buildup is just kind of non-existent, it just didn't feel natural. Again, it's just kind of brushed over. It just kind of felt like the writers were like, well, we don't need to flesh all that out because we want to include so much in this movie, Easter eggs, storylines, which we will get to. People are just happy to see Yoshi, so that's not really a concern of ours. But also how the Galaxy movie comes in this sequel. It's treated like all these new additions, all these new features in this sequel to that first movie have always been here, and they haven't. A lot of things that are just left in the air, but getting past the first act or so, the more the movie picks up, it really picks up. For example, when Bowser comes in, I had so much fun with him in this sequel. Just Jack Black back as him once again, this being mini Bowser at this point, the voice, him being super weak, and the upping of his fits with all of this and following what we got in the first movie. Just had a lot more fun with him here. Had a lot of fun immediately when seeing him, and it was a huge breath of fresh air as well following the rocky first act we got. And going further into when this film picks up, it really picks up. When we really start to get the Mario Galaxy movie sequel in here, what's new for that, this not just being an adaptation of that game, as well as the animation, the amount of Easter eggs immediately, and actually addressing some things that were left up in the air from that first film. Yeah, the film really picked up here and made me even more excited as a fan, and actually excited with what we would get going forward in this movie, this sequel. It actually got pretty unpredictable in a positive way. And this also has to do with the two different tones, storylines we're getting when this Galaxy side of the movie comes out. What's going on at the Mushroom Kingdom and the characters there, what's all going on in the Galaxy side and the characters there. And just all in all, what all we get with this film when it really picks up, the storylines in this movie, what we get with the characters. It was also some surprisingly original stuff for the Mario universe as far as I know. But when that big reveal comes in, again, something that was spoiled to a lot of us, while I was disappointed to already know that this was going to be in the movie before going into it, the hype of it actually being here, hype nonetheless. Just seeing it in this world, interacting with these characters, it's so hype, in fact, that As baffled as I was to see it when it was spoiled before seeing the movie, I was even more baffled at that when I actually saw it in the movie. Though lastly, while I was entertained enough with all of these Easter eggs, the originality, the unpredictability, this does lead me to lastly say also, the movie is pretty convoluted. To the point where I feel like some of the new additions in this film didn't need to be here, while other things just didn't feel like they got a whole lot to do. Though convolution aside, once the movie picks up, it really picks up. And I'm gonna give the Super Mario Galaxy movie a pass. Yahoo! While not perfect at all, I do think it is bigger than the first film, and I think that once again, like the first film and fans of the Mario games, this movie will do a lot for fans, and it is, again, bigger as a sequel. I was really curious, excited to see where the franchise would go following that first film, and I'm even more excited to see what we'll get in later installments. But yes, guys, that is going to do it for my thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. When you guys see this movie, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on it in the comments below. Well, that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon. Take care.